Hello and what is up everyone, and welcome to today's video. It is very dark at the moment. Let me see if I can make this brightness go up. It does not help at all. Okay, either like that or like that. I guess we'll deal with that. So in today's video I have enough time to kind of record in the morning today because I woke up at my normal time, but I don't have to leave till 7:30. So yeah, we're gonna be recording, talking, and so forth. Yeah, let's do that. And it's gonna be very quiet because no one's awake yet, I don't think. So yeah, and it's gonna be dark as well. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of have to deal with that lighting. Let's try this one. Oh, that works. Okay, which one? So I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea, and I'm gonna have an energy drink later, and I'm also gonna have 2 pain au chocolat. So let's do that. So we're doing CBD tea, which I totally forgot to bring everything, but it's okay. We're fine. We're fine. Let's put it in, not this one. Actually, yeah, let's put it in this one. My throat kind of hurts from speaking directly so much. It's okay. I haven't smoked or anything, apart from like hitting a vape, trying to see if it works or not, but yeah, it worked in the end. I need to get my stuff as well. Let's do that. Oh, my throat is killing me. Okay, let's go and get. Actually, let's put this on and then do that. Okay, so it's less echo in here, but I slept a nice 11 hours last night. I felt so tired all day, so I completely understand why I did that, but still crazy to think about. But I didn't walk nearly as much yesterday at work, so yeah, let's get my tea stuff. I actually want to try the same tea as yesterday again, just to see how that works out. Again, I have time today. Usually I don't have time to have a cup of tea for it to like cool down enough and stuff. So yeah, and I am using, where is it? Here, Le Jeune Hache, and this is what I've been using the past couple of days. So yes, actually leaving that open. Yes, I don't need this strainer, but I think this might rip again, so I think I will. So this is this here, like so. some milk. Also, digesting products is so much, what's the word? When you're, compared to smoking it, digesting it takes a longer time to happen, but also it lasts longer and it affects the whole body. So, you know, there's some downfalls, there's some good parts, etc. Today I'm kind of counting as a rest day, because it is a rest day when you think about it, but yeah, I'm gonna put this in here. This looks like pretty stiff. Yeah, it did. Okay, we're fine. So it is kind of a rest day regardless, but hopefully it's nice. My throat is still hurting, and again I haven't been smoking, so I don't quite understand that one. I think it's just speaking so early in the morning. I'm not used to that. So yes. Okay, so we've done that. Actually, I think I want to have some madeleines because they are so good, but I only want them with milk. So it's a bit late for that one, actually. Let's do that as it is then. Oh, we got wafers. That's too early to have wafers. We just have 2 bars of sugar and a breakfast bar. I think I'll be good enough. These are brioche versions. Yeah. And we got 2 packets of them, so it's kind of crazy, but it's just because I usually have 2 a day, but I can't get off them because of, like, they just kind of started becoming gross because of how regularly I clean them. Like the smell is starting to get to me and stuff, so yeah, but it's okay. There, all good. Let's see what I can do. I'll put away. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, we're Gucci. So now we're back in my room, near my lamp as well, so you can see me a little bit at least. Okay, let's close this door so you can relax in the quiet. Yeah, okay, it doesn't look like I use much of this, but I swear to God I have, so, yes. In today's video, apart from that, I just wanted to talk. I usually do a diary entry in the mornings, or like a journal entry or whatever you call it. On the days that I rest, or like just have no plans and stuff, I don't actually do that. So yeah, but I was so tired yesterday. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like my menstrual cycle, starting at some point. I don't know, but I think it's 2 more weeks though. Don't quote me on that one though, because I was like a week late last time, mostly due to stress, to be fair. Yeah, basically, I had, like, my menstrual cycle in general has kind of been wacky the past few years, but so originally it was like all on time, maybe like right at the beginning, probably a couple of days early or late, but then it was all on time until probably the age of 17, in which I started gaining weight. For those who didn't know, because I don't think I've been recording since then. I think I started recording when I moved here, so it's only been like 2 years now. But yeah, so I gained weight, and then where I was gaining weight and so forth, my periods became irregular. But then I started getting healthy last year, and yeah, I honestly, like, my periods were slowly getting back on track. Once I, like, you know, was calming down on losing more weight, because losing weight was also another, like, hormonal shift, because I lost so much. I lost 15 kilos in 6 months, I believe. Which I don't know if that's a lot. I think it is, considering that I wasn't explicitly changing my diet. I was just changing the amount that I ate, and like calorie tracking and all that stuff. That was all I was doing at that time. Then I started running in November time, after I'd lost the weight, because I didn't want to, like, oh, my alarm went off. I didn't want to lose, what was it called? Like, I didn't want to lose any more weight, so I was eating a lot more while I was running and stuff. I think the past few weeks, trying to adapt to this job, I can't physically run anymore because of how tiring it gets, this job does. And also, this job, like, I try to eat so much, and like, it's just, I'm just too tired to eat, and so I end up losing weight regardless. So yeah, that's kind of my history. I had, like, last year alone, I had one period that was on time, and it was, I think, the day before my birthday or something, and that was like a little present to myself, I guess, because I mean, I find it a positive thing when it's on time, and there's no reason for it to not be on time. So yeah, but I think with stress and hormone imbalances and shit, being a woman kind of sucks at times, and yeah. But I think most women feel like that, so yeah. I don't think I'm alone enough. I just got my water bottle, sorry. Yeah, just because my throat, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know what it is. I forgot to get a spoon. It's okay. Also, this morning I want to clean my retainer. I haven't done that in a few days, but I also haven't worn it for 2 of those few days. So it was on accident, obviously. Yeah, I don't wash it. I know I probably should clean it every single day, but usually I'm in a rush. So we're okay though, we're fine. Yeah. But I wore it yesterday, so we're Gucci. Yeah. So yeah, today I'm doing a French speaking class. Obviously I live in France, so it's kind of necessary to speak French, but there's not that many faults in my grammar when I speak it. It's just more so like the confidence of speaking French. I kind of have to re-elaborate. I don't know if that's so. I need to re-say what certain things at times, purely because it kind of doesn't come across correct, I guess. So yeah, and I do try to do that. But yeah, but it's literally mostly like I'm able to have a conversation with people. I'm at a conversational level like B1 easily, you know, borderline B2, but I don't quite understand like the expressions of things at times, like faire le plein, which means fill up the tank. I didn't know that was a thing, and there was like a whole barrier thing, and it got me overwhelmed. And I was just stressing a lot that day because like of the health of my dad and stuff. Well, not the health, but I didn't like the idea of leaving him alone for 2 hours, and that was just overwhelming me. But also it was just right before my period, so it did not help. Like I think it was my first day of period actually, so that did not help either. Because I think, don't quote me if I'm wrong though, because I could be wrong. That's absolutely fine if I am. But if I remember correctly, periods, wait. Periods are like really they're equivalent. Each month is equivalent to like 100 and something years of the male testosterone equivalent, like of the male version of like testosterone descending, but that happens to us every month with estrogen, which is kind of crazy to think about. Sorry, that water went down the wrong hole all the way. Okay, we're fine. I did want to get. Did I not bring my pain au chocolat? I don't think I did. Okay, let's go get it. I think I left it on the side. Oh man. Let's do that. Oh, yeah, they're here. Sorry for the flashing lights, peeps. Oh, good. There was, I'm not sure if it's a subscriber or someone who's just commented in my videos, but I think it's a new subscriber, which will be amazing. But there's a subscriber that's out there that's having a little bit of a rough time. And I understand everything that they're going through, but if you're watching this, to that one subscriber, I hope you know that you're not like alone. You can always message me or comment below or whatever. I do need to set up an Instagram or something for people to follow, so then you could private message me. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I think I might do it on the journey to where I'm going to today. So if that's the case, then I'll probably record in the next video what it'll be, like what my Instagram will be or whatever, because yeah. But this video I don't think is coming out until the 1st or the 31st, sorry. So it's gonna be a little bit of like, it'll be made in advance. This just saves me a little bit of time to like post some stuff on there or what have you, because I definitely do need to expand into other social medias, but I just don't want to become addicted to it, so that's the issue. So yeah, I don't really know what to consider then. I will consider a social media out there that's like well known but not addictive. We're gonna try. But I mean, YouTube's kind of the easiest one, I think, in that regard, because you, like, obviously they got the algorithm, but it's more like you absorb what you like rather than what's popular, unless it's like right out the get-go. So yeah. But yeah, I still forgot to get a spoon. Jesus, I'm so dumb today. It's okay. Let's go and get one then, so I can mix the hash in pretty well. Let's get a spoon. Spoon. Y'all can't see, but the sun is up now, essentially. But the lighting on this phone is just not adapted to it. But you could definitely see stuff now, so that's good. So yeah. I got this bowl from yesterday, which I used for snacks. I did end up eating snacking yesterday, which is probably why I felt quite hungry. I felt tired afterwards, but yeah, I needed the energy. Let me just there. Mix it around a little bit so all the stuff at the bottom will be separated and everything. And that's why we have to dip some stuff away. Let's see what it tastes like with this bad boy. That is not that great of a combo. I tried. Okay. It was too much berry for it to justify it, essentially. I'll leave that out there. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and figure out the whole social media thing. Might end up doing Discord. Worst case scenario. I'm really trying this, but it's just not great. No, it's still not good. I don't understand why people dip stuff into like their tea. Like, I understand with biscuits because they're actually sweet, but like, I don't understand the French when they dip their croissants into their coffees and stuff. It's kind of weird. Let's have some more water. Yeah, I love mukbang videos. Like the ASMR ones. I think that's also my inner fat person. Like, I don't eat whatever they have because, yeah, I think if I did that, it would be really bad for my metabolism. Plus, there'll be some that they record it, but then they end up throwing up the day after, or ends up being their only meal of the day. Which I understand only meal because some people do actually prefer one meal a day, but like, I don't know how substantial that would be, you know, like how well that would work out and stuff. But yeah, not really my issue. One of my videos got uploaded this morning because I figured out yesterday how to do scheduled uploads, or the day before, whatever. So I got everything on a schedule so that I don't have to worry about waking up early enough and uploading something. So yes, so I don't have to do that anymore. We're chilling. And it also means that I can like bulk record a load of videos, which I was doing this weekend. And yeah, also the reason why, I don't know if some of y'all know, but here in France I obviously am able to speak French. I already said that, but I don't speak French on this channel purely because I know that using English there'll be more people to be here, like more people understand English than French. Yeah. And then B, it's not my maternal language, and I don't really speak much in general, so by default, just speaking English is kind of better because my vocabulary is a lot more better in English than it is in French. Like easily C1, C2 vibes, so yes, because I understand like the scientific words and shit. I don't know. But yeah, and I don't really need to look up in a dictionary that often, so we're chilling. But yeah, I think I don't know if I've already explained it or not, but like, yeah, I guess you know now. So yeah. And I'm not gonna be doing like French classes on here. I'm sorry, but no. I might consider it in the future, but for now, mine's mostly all about immersion. So like when I'm working, that's when I'm absorbing the language. I feel like that is probably the best way to learn something when you're surrounded by people that speak the language. Because that's kind of how you have to learn, really. Like, or else you're just gonna learn the basics and that's about it. Like in England, we were learning French then, and we did it for years, once a week, for years. I think it was like 2 or 3 years, and all we got was like bonjour, je m'appelle. Like that was all we learned. And I feel like that doesn't really do much for us because then you kind of forget it. But yeah, I feel like immersion, like fully going into it, is probably the best way to learn, really. So yeah. Also, when it comes to having a conversation, I'd learned this, I'd say either a few months ago or at the end of last year. But this guy kind of told me, like, when you're having a conversation, don't be afraid to not feel the silence. Like, don't feel the necessity to fill the silence with unnecessary words. Because I think socializing for someone who was so isolated for so long, I feel like I kind of lost touch of how to speak to people, and I think the advice that's given is like so amazing. Like, don't feel the need to fill the void. It's crazy. Like, that's a good suggestion for people who want to get back into like a social life. And also for me personally, I'm an introvert, but there are the moments where I do crave wanting to speak to people, because in human nature we naturally want to speak to our own kind. Like, that's just a default, you know. But like for me personally, I like to do things alone. I've kind of adapted to do things alone since last year. Like, I go on trips and stuff alone. That's something that you also shouldn't be afraid of either. Like, you don't have to have a partner to have a good time. Plus, personally, when I go on a trip on my own, like, I plan it to how I want it rather than thinking of someone else. And for me, like, going to the small towns and cities and so forth, my typical plan is to go to every CBD dispensary that they have. And that's just kind of fun for me. Like, I put on some music, I'm chilling out, I look at the scenery, and that's all, And sometimes I do record when I'm in those locations, but I don't think I will do now. It's mostly gonna be like a haul video or something. But yeah, so I think that should be taken into account when like going on a trip on your own and like just experiencing things on your own. You kind of learn to appreciate things, and I like to explore my city. Like there are some parts that even locals don't even know, you know, and that's because they don't explore the area nearly as much as they like think they do. So yeah, I just walk or like jog everywhere, and then most likely walk nowadays, to be fair. But yeah, I think that's just a really good way of doing things. So yeah. But that's why there's gonna be moments in videos in general where I'm just silent, because I'm actually enjoying the time that I'm spending. So oh, my nose, I have allergies. I keep forgetting that I have allergies. I've been taking, originally I was taking them at night time, kind of forgot for a few days, now I'm taking them in the morning. It's great. Let me check. Yeah, I'm just verifying it is the Wednesday. Purely because if it wasn't, I'd be fucked. So yeah. We're getting 7 new people, I think either starting the end of this week or beginning of next week. Which will be quite interesting to say the least. Because we're only a group of 20 total. 2 groups of 10s to be exact. But where so many people have left this month or are leaving this month, they have to, you know, have people to replace them essentially. And the type of contract I have, it's like a job in between jobs. Like they're helping you find another job while you're working, and it just puts money in the bank essentially. Which, yeah. But ooh. Okay. But there's gonna be 7 new people, which I don't know what the max was that they've had, but I'm assuming it's not been that, because we were 3 when we started, and yeah, I think that's probably the average when it's the year, but when it's like this month and next month, I think it's gonna be less than that essentially. So yeah, but it'll be interesting to say, because I guess I'd be considered one of the more senior people there now, which is kind of crazy. Well, I am technically about 1 month, but even I'm still learning things, you know. But there are still people there that have been there for months now, or like a year maybe. I don't know actually. Yeah, most people have started this year though, which is just crazy. But yeah, yeah, which I know that it's cheaper to have medications to deal with pains. Like you can get a load of Doliprane for like €2 a box over the counter, and stuff. But like it's not natural, and it can cause overdoses like really quickly. And yeah, whereas Isolated had, you know, did like an attempt whilst overdosing on purpose and stuff. I think that you know, that medications just aren't for me in that aspect. So yeah. I was thinking of bringing a book with me when I go out, because I've got 2 hours. I could read manga, but I don't know if I'm in the mood to read like that, because I'm not really absorbing the information like I used to. And obviously with this in my system, it's not gonna help me that much, but I'll probably read a couple of mangas. Yeah, actually no, I got 3-in-1 Bleach mangas, so I'll probably bring 2 of those, one for each direction. That'll be chill then. And it's in English as well, so I haven't read in English in so long. I have a few English books. I think half of them. No, well no, my manga. There's only one series that I have in English with my manga, and I've got like 200 plus mangas plus some BDs. But then all of my books, apart from that section there, like the small shelf section, that's in French. The other lot are like in English, and they were just like given to me when I was younger. And also, I forgot I had that shelf. There's a load of mixed English and French there as well. Oh, my other alarm. I have so many alarms. I will actually explain that super quickly. So, the first alarm is at 5 a.m. Second one is at 5:10 a.m. Because I'm usually awake by 5 a.m. Like the alarm wakes me up, but I don't really want to get out of bed. And so it's either usually 5:10 or 5:20 a.m. that I do that. And that's purely because I tend to have dishes or something to do in the morning, but yeah, I didn't. I still was out of bed by 5:10 a.m., so we're chilling. And then I have another alarm at 5:30, which is more so, it's not really a wake up alarm, it's more so an alarm to say you better be having your breakfast by now, type of thing. Like, yeah. And then I have one at 6 o'clock, to like, what's it called? To make sure that I finish breakfast and so forth. Then one at 6:15, which is like, you should probably go to toilet type of thing, because I go to toilet twice in the mornings. And then I have one at 6:25, which is like, get your ass into gear, you are going to work now. So that was my final alarm, because it's 6:26 and I only have 18 minutes of storage on my phone. Luckily there have been some videos that I've uploaded already, so I can get rid of them, but yeah. Yeah, we're chilling. Obviously, I do like these vlog style videos where it's not really a vlog, but it's more like, I guess it is a vlog. Like, it's kind of like my morning routine vlog in a way. Although, again, I'm not going to be having a cup of tea before work, unfortunately, unless I do it the night before. But by then it kind of tastes gross, so c'est la vie. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about that one. I'm too tired to remember where I was trailing you off to there. I don't know if y'all can hear the birds, because I don't know if my phone absorbs that level of hearing, I guess. I don't know, audio. But there's birds that live outside the apartment building, like around back, which is my side. And I hear them every morning, and they make sure that I'm awake because that's how I hear them. So we're chilling. It's just nice and peaceful listening to them, really. So yeah. Also, I wanted to finish up a thing that I said a couple of videos ago now, where I spoke about the difference between having an addictive mentality versus having a medicative mentality to things. Having like an addiction, in my opinion, is you can't live without it. Like, it's not that you can't live without it, but you can't like, you can't go a day without it because, like, how do I explain it? Yeah, that's my, because I was surrounded by addiction growing up in general. Like, my dad was an alcoholic, and he was until this year, so yeah, and I live with him and everything. To not go without, and that's, yeah, no, that's what I call addiction. Like, and if it's like an every single day sort of situation, and you're having it in the morning to X amount of time in the evening, that's kind of pretty bad. Yeah, so I've been kind of surrounded with that my whole life, and I think that setting it to be an occasional thing, like on a Friday, which is when I do smoke on a Friday, I think that's like a little treat to myself. I don't necessarily want to ruin my lungs, so which is why I don't smoke every day. But also I do know that I need this for my anxiety, because I've tried for so long. Like since my surgery of last year, which was in September, I went until probably about this month, until I started having CBD again. And I think I've realized that, like, I'm just so much less anxious. Like, I'm actually quite an anxious person, and I'm an overthinker and everything. That's just how I am, unfortunately. This kind of dampens my mind a bit, and also definitely helps with any pains that I have. It's not that I don't feel it, it's that like, it's not my main focus when I have CBD. So yeah. And having that mentality, like, I think just changes things, because I was essentially fiending for the next best thing, trying all the different strains and so forth, and I'm still a little bit for that, but I'm in no rush for that, if that makes sense. So yeah. Like, sure, I might break the Friday thing by doing it on a Wednesday, which I did last week, but that was because I genuinely wanted to try something, in which I did. But I just wanted to say that super quickly, because I don't know if there's an actual, like, dedicated addiction thing, like, definition, but to me that is what addiction is. Because yeah, I think with me as well, because of how my brain works, I kind of get obsessed with things in the moment, and then it kind of fades away. And that's kind of what happened with weed. I was very much on and off it, or like CBD, sorry. It was CBD regardless. It wasn't like actual illicit substances. And I think now I'm more so searching compounds for my mental health and physical health, rather than, because I want to try the next new best molecule, etc. I'm genuinely trying to figure out what works for me. So yeah, and I think, people should have that mentality with things, because there are some YouTubers that I subscribe to. I'm not saying that I don't, but they kind of take it a little bit too far. Like, you can hear them coughing all the time, you hear them having like health issues and so forth, but it's like you could tell that they're addicted and they're not going without. But you know, like, if it gets to the point that your health is at risk, like you start noticing you're coughing more and so forth, like maybe pull back. Which there's this YouTuber out there who actually took a break from smoking for that reason. He's called Dope as Yoga, and I respect the hell out of that man. He is amazing. Yeah, true respect to that guy. Like, yes. And like, just people in general, they just don't take breaks. And also you have to make sure you hydrate and stuff, because people forget to hydrate when they smoke. And like, they forget that you could have gummies if you want to feel that high, but even then you shouldn't feel a necessity to be high all the time, you know? So yeah. But yeah, so I have the teas to just calm my anxious mind, because it is constantly that way, and to deal with the chronic pain that I have from not only work, but just I've got mild scoliosis and kyphos. So lovely jubbly. So I get pains, and I know it's my posture's not that great, I know, but still, yeah. That was actually pretty good. I think I fixed like what was not wrong with it, but like I put way too much in that 2 days ago, I think, when I had it, but we're chilling now. I'm just having this like, yeah. Okay, so I only have 9 minutes of video memory left, LMAO. So I am gonna end this video now, and then delete the other ones so then I can record later on. But hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.